Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Today is Wednesday, August 13th, and we are holding a public hearing at 5:55, and then we'll start a regular meeting right after that. So for everybody's information, I'm going to read the legal notice. Notice is hereby given that the town board of the town of Canton will hold a public hearing at Town Hall, 60 Main Street, Canton, New York, before its regular board meeting on August 13th, 2025 at 5:55 p.m. for the purpose of considering a local law to allow real property owned by an enrolled member of an incorporated volunteer fire company, fire department, or incorporated volunteer ambulance service, or such enrolled member and spouse residing in the town of Canton shall be exempt from taxation to the extent of up to 10% of the assessed value of such property for town purposes, exclusive of special assessments. A copy of the proposed law has been available for public inspection at the office of the town clerk and on the website. Written comments have also been noticed to be accepted by the town clerk no later than 3 p.m. So I am opening the public hearing. Heidi, did you receive any public comment in writing? Okay. I did get 2 inquiries, but I will leave those. We'll open this up for public comments, and then I will add those on. So at this time, is there any public comment on the proposed law for volunteer firefighters and ambulance workers exemptions?
Yeah, I have a comment.
Okay, if you could stand up, say your name and
Mark
where you live.
Ryan, Sir Paul's Fire Department. I'm not speaking for myself because I'm a homeowner. But one of the reasons that we talked to the county about doing this, county decided not to do it because maybe all of the homeowners might be volunteer firefighters, but not all volunteer firefighters are homeowners, landowners. So they can't get the benefit of the 10%. So is it fair? In fact, a large portion of the volunteer firefighters are actually non-landowners. So are they getting the benefit of the 10%? That's the only question that the county had when they first started talking about that. And that was the only sticking point that really they were talking. So I just wanted to comment on that.
Thank you. Any other comments?
Go ahead.
Troy Parla. So basically my thought is, some of you may know, I moved up from Long Island. It's almost every district and everything down there does have this as a rule. It does help with recruitment and retention of fire departments, which I think everybody up here is probably aware is a very difficult thing here. There's not enough people joining and staying involved. I think this would definitely help.
Thank you, Troy. Other comments? Oh, didn't see you over there.
I'm Heidi. Phil Viren. I'd just like to speak a moment because I have no affiliation with our EMS division or department or anything. So I'm just here to express my gratitude for what they do as volunteers. And secondly, I think the amount that you're talking about in this local law is insufficient. You have an opportunity to make a statement about volunteers, and a 10% off of the real estate is a token. Let's do something with meaning, if you please. Thank you.
Thank you, Toby.
Quickly, James Blackburn. I am with Rensselaer Falls Fire and Rescue. I was discussing with someone else about this law, and it was brought up that the county had discussed this before, and we thought that maybe it was back on the table. I'm not certain that it is because I did some research today and I can't find it. So if anybody in this room knows that the county is back into doing this proposal, then it would be something I don't know. I get what Mark is saying, that a lot of us who are firefighters don't own our own property, so they wouldn't get that benefit from the real property tax. However, I don't think it's necessarily a reason not to do it, because the state does offer a $200 tax credit It's not much. However, the state continues to drag out increasing that incentive, but that's the way they do a lot of things around here. And I too think that there's a benefit to that. I don't disagree with you, Mr. Urban. I think it should be larger. However, 10% is still more in our pocket at the end of the day. Unless we have to pay out in taxes at the end of the year. And one way or the other, I think it's a benefit. Not everybody's gonna get it because of their situation. Mark's right. There's so many of them that don't own property, but those who do, I think it's another step towards incentivizing and could use it for recruitment and retention. So, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Other comment? Okay, with that being said, I will say that I did get a phone call from James regarding the law. And the one pertinent question was, does this cover individual firefighters? So if you have two that live in the same home and they're both firefighters, do individuals get it? Or is it per property? So that was one question. Mike Dolan also asked the same question. And so we need that clarified. I did ask the assessor, and her opinion was that it's per firefighter. I did reach out to the county real property, Bruce Green, and he verified that this is per firefighter from his viewpoint. So Eric, do you want to speak to the law or that question?
Yeah, Marion, I'll look into it a little more in depth. You and I had a conversation about it yesterday. My initial research indicates that it's per household rather than per individual. But I don't have a definitive source for that. And so I want to see if I've got, I can find some, opinion letter from the Department of Taxation and Finance for this guidance. So I'll let you know is the short answer. The one thing that I think is important for the board to know is that the 10% is maximum, right? It's not, we didn't pull that number out, and I understand Toby's concern, but that's what the statute allows, so.
And it's residents only.
Mhm. We could have went lower.
Yeah.
But the maximum is 10%, right? Okay. Okay. With that being said, is there any other comment? Okay, I need a motion to close the public hearing. Wayne, is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Carried. Okay. So now I am calling the regular meeting to order. We do have requested addition to the agenda. There's gonna be some that we're gonna table, but I will save those until we get to those. Number 13 under new business. That one.
It's in my bag.
Repair paving on Sykes Road and Old DeKalb Road, not to exceed $45,000 each. Okay. First item on the agenda is special recognitions. It is my fundamental belief that people should be publicly recognized for their efforts. And we have a few tonight. The first one's gonna be the Rensselaer Falls Fire Department. And so you wanna come up? James, Mark? Oh, I better grab my glasses. Are they cheaters?
No, I was thinking.
Okay. So you're gonna excuse my back here. Okay, well, the intent was to do this last month, but it just didn't work out. So on behalf of the town of Canton, the Rensselaer Falls Fire Department has been in existence 100 years. And you're all gonna have a bigger celebration next year with that. And so that's a long time for being in existence. And it's because of volunteers such as both of you that this is continuing. So, and Mark, you also have been named Volunteer of the Year.
Yes.
I didn't do a certificate for that part, but congratulations.
That's fine.
So on behalf of the town of Canton, thank you to the Minnesota Falls Fire Department. And I'm presenting you with this certificate. But what's really cool, wait a minute. What I just found so cool is I also framed the 1947 International Truck. And then the big article that was about all that, right? So we'd like to present, I wish I could have gotten a little bit better. Is this the one that you've been working on for refurbishing?
Yeah.
Heidi, and you've been working on that for how many years?
Was 6.
6 years.
Yeah,
And
6 years and they've done a fantastic job. They've
absolutely.
raised over $30,000.
are you done yet?
For that, we are.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, all
We
right.
did 35,000, over 35,000 for that.
So 1947, wow, that's a long time.
It's a nice parade truck now.
It is. It is.
Nice parade truck. Okay, well, there you go.
Yes.
So thank you. And I know that you would really love to stay for the rest of the meeting, but I understand you have another commitment, right? Here, Mark, we'll put those in here too. Okay? All right, well, thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody.
All
Good
right,
evening.
have a good night.
Thank you for the picture, Troy.
Meeting now today.
Come on, Laura.
Meeting out for the day.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, have a good night. Okay. The next person I would like to recognize is Lee Rodriguez. Come on over, Lee. Now I wanna go this way. There you go. Oh. Sorry. So Lee and I met when I was mayor. We were in need of an economic developer. And, you know, the town had a position, but we felt that we needed another one, so we recruited. And Lee has been, with the village for 10 years. And, you know, you've done a lot, you've brought in millions and millions of dollars and worked really hard. And you and Jenny are a powerhouse, department, and we appreciate that. And you've done a lot for the town as far as grants and, assisting us with that. So on behalf of the town of Canton, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Okay, there you go. Jenny's not able to make it. Jenny Reed is the other person. She started off with the town as the records keeper for the planning board and the ZBA as an independent contractor. And then she spent half a year in the town clerk's office as deputy clerk at the time. And now she is a half-time person in the Office of Economic Development, working with Lee. And wow, she's done a fantastic job too. So for 5 years total, so I will catch up with her on this, but I wanted to make sure this was part of the record. Okay. Now the next person's really mad at me. I don't care.
What else is new?
Come on up, Jim. Come on up. No, you get on that side, yeah. All right, so Jim Smith. Really doesn't want to be recognized, but I told him we're doing this anyways, and we have to make an adjustment on the certificate. So you've spent
Oh, my neighbor.
several years as the county legislator, representing the town of Canton, right? And then all those years on the town council, but you also were supervisor for 8 years. And then
I forgot about
you
that.
yeah, so a total of 33 years
At the end of this year.
at the end of this year. Now that is true dedication. And again, we'll just change the number on the certificate, but Jim, on behalf of the town of Canton. Thank you. Okay,
It's good. Not a lot of good people.
so we'll get this back to you.
Okay. No hurry, no hurry.
No, all right. Okay. So, There you have it. Okay. Then at the end of the year, there's gonna be a few more 5 years that are coming up, so, longevity is important, for sure. Okay, the next item on the agenda is approval of minutes, regular meeting July 9th. Is there a motion? Second,
Second.
all in favor, say aye. Aye.
But I would like to say about that meeting, that last meeting in July. I said I've been on this board a long time. And that, I think, was a record for the shortest meeting I've ever attended, so at some point you want to try to break that record.
Actually, staying from that vote because I wasn't here. Not because it was the fastest meeting in the world. And of course, we do that on purpose. Right, John? Okay. All right, so I'm trying, so see if you didn't talk, we'd be keep going here. All right. The fastest. Oh, my God. See, now I'm just gonna be thinking about that. Okay, correspondence. The first one is the New York State Community Home and Community Renewal. We have met the requirements to maintain our status as a pro-housing community for 2025. So we got a letter indicating the renewal of that. So that, we were one of the first municipalities, the town and village, to be named pro-housing community. So that I'm pretty proud of that. The next one is we received a letter from the New York State DOT. Actually, the letter went to Honorable Michael Dalton. And this is regarding the request for reduction of the existing 55-mile-an-hour speed limit on the portion of Route 11. The state, again, has determined that this is not warranted. They came out and did their study and they said it's not warranted to reduce that to 45. The next item, we just got late yesterday afternoon. The Pirates Hydroelectric Project, FERC relicensing. We have a draft of the recreation management plan. Now, for those of you that remember, this is 6 years in the making. Right, so, Tom Landon, the chair of WAC, also got it, so he automatically sent it to the WAC committee to review. The recreation committee we all should read this, right? Because then we have a 30-day turnaround. So we all need to read it, and if people want to send the comments to me, and then we'll compile them and get that back to Dan Gonzalez. Okay, so that was a pleasant surprise. So that's correspondence. Town finances report. John and Randy?
Just John.
I thought that was Angela's part.
That's,
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
I'm on.
She's not the audit committee. Town finance.
we're
report.
after her.
See, I'm still focused on what Jim said. Okay,
So good evening, the July
John didn't skip
financials,
over it.
the July financials are in front of us. Biggest expenditure in government-wide statements is always your personal services. They should be approximately 58% spent at this point, of which they are, so those are all tracking through the end of the year. In the A fund, we continue to watch the justice fee lines and the mortgage tax lines. Those are some budgeted lines that we're looking to see where they will end at the end of the year. In the DB fund, we continue to watch sales tax. That is the one revenue line that has not been filled in that fund as of now. Aside from that, I don't have anything else to present. If there's any questions.
okay,
Okay.
how about Heidi's office?
And then the town clerk is going go through the month of July on that account as well, and we compiled the data, reconciled everything, and what everything was balanced out. There is a significant difference of revenue going to the town this year, as has been all year, mainly due to the commercial solar permits not repeating. And the month of July's revenue was 1,392 versus 12,000 year prior. So that's a direct correlation to what's happening with the solar last year versus this year.
Okay, anything to add, Heidi? Any questions? Okay. Thank you. Angela, now the audit report.
Okay, we're it now. Ready, Heidi?
Mhm.
General Fund A, $61,366.24. Town outside B, $91,309.37. DA Townwide Highway, $23,721.48. DB Highway, $910,000 and $910,093.81. That was a lot to spit out. Special Fire, $8,640.45. Special Lighting, $304.26. Trust and Agency, $23,903.82.
Okay, so I need a motion to approve those expenditures. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, Wayne and Jim, all in favor, say aye.
I
Carried. Okay. Also on the agenda, we had to make a correction to the July A abstract. There was a voucher overpayment of $60. It should have been $25. It was cut for $85. We got the check back. We voided it. We sent it to audit and just, so this is for the record. Okay. Okay. Department reports. So. Everybody has read the department reports?
Yes.
Does anybody have any questions? I will go around and ask. Lee, do you have anything to add to your report? Oh, I don't think so. Okay, Michael. Anything to add, Mike, to your report?
No, I have nothing to add.
Steven?
The only thing I'd like to mention is the last meeting I talked about, that I'd taken a ride along with one of the contractors for Slick. And talked about, how I explained out there's a lot of bedrock around and they have run into quite a bit of trouble. I've ridden with them again since. And they brought in a rock saw for one area and they were only able to go 20 feet and bore the teeth right off their saw. So they are having to go aerial in quite a few areas and set some poles and go on Verizon's poles, stuff like that. But that's the rock is so hard they can't do anything with it. So quite a bit of it's gonna have to go aerial, it sounds like. That's about all I have to add.
I noticed on Sykes in Morley Potsdam, you put rabbit ears on
Yep.
some stop signs.
Yep.
Is
Today.
that something new?
They're starting to show up on a lot of signs around and that one just draw a little more attention to that four corners.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a good one, but I didn't know that you could actually modify the existing stop
Yeah.
signs to that extent. I mean, it certainly
Mhm.
look like, stop sign with these red Mickey Mouse ears, or well, they're
Yeah.
rectangular, and they just, did you have to drill?
Yep. Do just have to make a couple brackets, and bolt them right to the stop
And
sign.
so, but you're only gonna do it in problem areas?
Yeah, just that, like, that one there, I get quite a few complaints of.
Yeah.
People running the stop sign, so just, we put reflector strips on the posts and trying that now.
Okay, thank you, Steven. Heidi, did you have anything to add?
I'll just add that, so today I sent everybody, the department heads, planning board, ZBA, everybody, email, for the Potsdam Local Government Conference, which is October 14th. And I just forwarded you the email, but I should have included if anybody wants to sign up, maybe we'll do it all. If you guys can just let the town clerk's office know, we'll sign up all together. And then we can cut the one check. That's the only thing I'll add. I didn't include.
Is there an itinerary with it?
There's a link. In the email, if you click that, you're gonna register. There's an itinerary. It's got the classes.
Okay, but I can see the itinerary without registering.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep,
that's-
yep. Well, we had gotten the email prior, but it only allowed you to pay credit card. So I just got the updated link that says bill me. so that we can pay with a check the day of. So they are tentatively trying to get a code enforcement officer check. I wasn't able to attend the last meeting, so I don't know if that's gonna go forward or not, but I'll let you know. But so
Okay.
it's good, and the lunch is great because it's the
It is.
Thanksgiving menu. It's really good.
Turkey.
Yeah, it's good last year.
All right. Casey, do you have anything to add?
Just a couple things, just a reminder to everybody that at the Brick Chapel Church and Cemetery this weekend, there is an event honoring 5 Revolutionary War veterans that are buried there. So that's at 1 o'clock at the Brick Chapel Church and Cemetery on Sunday, August 17th. The other thing just has to do with the other event, the fireside chat that I am hosting with Nancy LaFavor, the St. Lawrence County historian. We know there's a burn ban in effect, and we don't know when that's going to be lifted, and so we might have to pivot and frame the event as something other than a fireside chat.
Oh,
And the other thing is I had attached a flyer to the second page. I know Marianne had questions about the address that I used for the Walkmeister Field Station. That has been a pain in the butt pinned down. So if anybody has a correction to it, I'd love to hear it. I have it as the Camp Pirates Road right now, but on Route 27, right off Park Street. But
Right on the left.
Just across the bridge.
yeah,
Yeah.
but Route 27 will also give you hits to Riverside Drive too. So that's why I used Camp Pirates Road.
Okay,
But I'm
maybe it could be a
willing to update
flashlight
it to
event.
whatever. I
Okay.
don't know the roads as well as everybody else does.
Okay. Thank you, Casey.
Mhm.
Is Cindy online here? Is she on Zoom?
Yep.
Yep,
Hi.
Cindy,
Hi, good evening.
do you have anything to add to your report?
Okay, a couple things. I don't know where to start. All right, we did the data mailers. They're all entered in the computer. The pamphlets were mailed out to the public, to residential property owners, and we're going forward with the next step. And right now, God's working on the land valuation and the modeling. And so all these things take time. They're going through the properties. Like it looks, I mean, it's on my desk. I've been watching what they've been doing. So they're going one by one, making sure the acreage is correct on the property. So I just want to let everyone know we're working on the next step of how I'm going to contact the public. What's next? So I'm not going to say it right now. I guess we'll look forward to that next month. Okay.
Okay. Questions of Cindy? All right, thank you, Cindy.
Okay.
There is another item up lower on the agenda about the MOU we need to sign with the state taxation so that we can get some reimbursement on this from the state.
Can I jump back? I had a question for Mike that actually went.
Absolutely.
We sent in this report, the thing on the Connect All. Broadband for places like when the Charlotte Boys were here, where Slick doesn't get to them and cable stops short. And can you go into the Connect All because it's a grant program?
It's a grant program for municipalities, for businesses through New York State. That will allow municipalities to work with providers to get a service to a dead space area. And on the webinar with them, or the meeting I went through, Minor Street Road, there's a whole section that is no service at all. Couple spots up by the Callan Road. There's several spots of dead airspace, and they do a study and they come and they work with the municipality to get service for those individuals. The unfortunate part, they will put more work on the lead because it's a grant. I did forward Lee the information. Earlier, late last month, maybe. But I can reconnect with her on it. It's an opportunity. They started it back in 2015. And they have $800 million set aside for it,
And it's a private, public,
private, public
so,
funding.
so talking to Mike, I thought, correct me if I'm not wrong, so. If we got a grant, correct me if I'm wrong, Lee, then we'd have the money to be able to pay Slick. Or to fill in the
Or-
dead space, or whoever, to fill in dead spaces, right?
Mhm.
So they'd give us the money to spend, am I right in that interpretation of it?
That's the way
I mean, I think that's the way I read from you,
Yeah.
what you wrote, but. And I think that'll answer a lot of our people that can't get the broadband now. I think this is a good opportunity for us to fill in more.
Okay, so maybe we can get a separate, email outlining it and
Yeah,
really
yeah.
seeing it.
I can talk with Lee.
Is it a match at all, or? No, I don't.
Yeah, we need more.
We need
information.
more information, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yep.
If it's
I'll
a
get
straight
that figured
grant, I say,
Yeah.
great.
Okay,
Thanks, Mike.
Cool.
Megan, does she reach out to anybody that she's not coming tonight?
I didn't get anything, hadn't been in meetings all day, so maybe she did, and I didn't get it.
Okay. With that being said, I need a motion to accept. Did I miss anybody? I don't think so. Okay, I need a motion to accept the department report.
So, second.
All in favor, say aye.
I,
Carry. Okay, committee reports.
Solar met this morning, probably the only thing that I could talk about is that EDF, is saying that they are still on track to be looking at construction in Springs 27.
Okay. Other committee reports. So no other committees met in July?
No, waterfront committee or
The WAT,
the WAC
the waterfront
committee.
advisory?
Yes, and we looked at all the proposals and looked at, so far, so far we've got.
One recommendation.
One recommendation.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's on the agenda.
Yeah, I'm still in process.
Okay,
Rec did meet last week, actually, now, we met to talk about the, shared service agreement. And, so I think we came up with a idea that we're going to kind of rejigger it until we get caught back up the process where we're stepping to catch them up, and they took the whole raises, so we're gonna rewrite it and do it year by year until we catch back up, was our thinking, and we're in the process of getting that together.
was there discussion about taking the senior citizen language out as well?
Yeah, was discussed, I was
Well, we discussed that.
at the last
We
meeting.
discussed that at joint meeting. I'm doing
Yeah.
that. and we
Okay, so
agreed
that's still a
that that
go.
was gonna happen.
Okay,
But, and the feeling is that if you have a shared service agreement, it says that it's a 50-50 share, but it's not, and I mean. Part of the,
recreation's
yeah,
not.
yeah, and part of the
Economic
problem
development,
is our budgets don't line with each other, so we're January through December. They're June through
July 1 through June 30.
May, and so when you got it, and when your calendar changes, well, those numbers aren't exactly a 50-50. So that's why we decided what we do is when we pass our budget, we insert whatever that dollar value is in there.
Mhm. Okay. Did Economic Development Committee meet?
We meet tomorrow,
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
So hang on, so for communications, I just wanna give a shout out to the village and town deputies. Like Cindy said, the pamphlets were mailed out. And I just wanna give them a shout out because they did a lot when it came to stuffing, sealing, stamping, all those envelopes to get them mailed out. So I just wanted to recognize the deputies for both town and village clerk's office. So they were rock stars and
Here,
got it
here.
done,
They did a tremendous amount.
So-
She's understating.
but
Okay, well, thank you to them and thank you to the committee that was a big task on we're grateful that that got done. Wasn't any ask, I understand. So, okay, great. Okay, old business, the E-code project, we have to set a special meeting and public hearing. So, it's my recommendation that we meet in 2 weeks. The 28th, you're gone that last week,
Yeah, I'm gonna be in St. Louis.
okay. What about the following week? The second or third,
Talking about September?
yeah. The board really needs to sit down and go through the.
So you were
entire-
talking about the 28th of August before, right?
I was, yes, the 28th of
Sometime in
August.
August,
I'm
that's-
gonna be in St. Louis.
Yeah,
Maybe on
you're going.
24th.
So
Maybe
the-
both last week of September and last week of August.
The board really needs to sit down and go through all of those items to make sure everything, we're in agreement with it. And then we need to set a public hearing, to notice it legally of all those changes, correct, Eric? And then, and then hopefully we can just,
What was the first day you said? The 28th?
the first
Yeah.
day is, I said August 28th, but,
There's no reason I can't zoom in from there. I'll be at my son's.
okay,
I could probably zoom right in then.
Don't have a problem.
all right. Heidi, you're double checking on your schedule?
Yeah, I mean, I know my husband won't be around, but I'll make it work if that's the day you guys pick. So,
Didn't
Have
hear
to be
that.
that day.
I mean, if that's the day you pick, I'll make it work.
Okay, shall we do that? That'll be our special meeting just to go over
Well,
the E-code.
I'd rather visit some other dates, so Heidi doesn't have a conflict.
I mean, that's the only date
The
that he's not
27th.
there.
And we don't
That's-
need to do it at 6 o'clock. This is just for the board to review it. And then we can set a public hearing after it's reviewed. Cause there's 70 some items to make
What do
sure
we
the
do?
entire board has an
Was it
understanding.
73 questions we went through?
79.
79
There's 79 items.
we went through.
So we need to really look at that. What about Wednesday, the 27th, Heidi?
That's my travel day. I won't be at Nichols by then.
Okay,
So if we don't have to meet at 6 o'clock, and all we're gonna do is review this, can we meet during our work day? I don't have a problem with that. Our work time?
Well,
If all we're doing is reviewing this? Meet it.
that's not a problem, right, Eric?
You.
Okay,
Can you do it at 10 o'clock in the morning?
so you wanna do it 10 o'clock in the morning on the 28th?
Sure.
oh, I'll be here during those times.
I don't know.
Is that 9 o'clock in the morning in St. Louis?
Yeah, but I'm staying overnight 27th and getting there the 28th. We're driving.
Oh.
We're not flying.
Well, you have the document, right?
I was
You have-
part of the
You're
committee.
part of the committee,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah, and
Um,
that committee has
and so
reviewed it
is
and went
Jim.
through, I mean, what you're gonna see is
yeah,
basically what we
okay,
did. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so the 28th at 10?
Alright.
That's good for you, Wayne?
Sure.
Okay, and that, the purpose of that special meeting is to, go over the E-code, and then at that meeting, we'll set a public hearing. That's gonna take time as well. There might be a few extra items on that agenda, I'm not sure yet. Okay? Okay. All right, great, thank you. All right, the Vecino Group Midtown Plaza pilot request. I do believe we have, is it Rick and?
Manzardo. Rick Manzardo.
Yeah, okay. Hi, Rick.
Hello all. I was gonna say, I'm not sure who is driving St. Louis, but if you want to come through more hours, I'll buy you lunch. I'm just south of here.
I don't know if you should have said that, Reagan. No. Okay, so, this is in regards to the pilot consent resolution. There's 3 of them, one's for the town, one's for the school, and one's for the village. So we talked about this and there was additional questions. John and I, Mayor Dalton and Deputy Mayor Sorensen, I see they're both on the Zoom as well. We met with the CINO to ask the questions that the board has brought forward, the two boards. And I believe everybody got the information back from us. And so now we have a new resolution on the pilot. And there was the change of year 1, 2, and 3, $20,000 each. That was added in to that resolution because we talked about that. John, is there anything you would like to add?
Well, there was also, wasn't there also that other clause for escalation clause? I'll call it. Where if they had greater revenue, they would.
Yes, so the last page of what we sent, and I did reach out to Pat, and because it said 492,000 for year 4, and I'm like, oh, did something change here? And this was his.
Oh, I'm talking about the clause they're gonna add, like the one that Potsdam has.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. That's in that paragraph right above that table that mentions the 492 a year.
What page was that added
The
on?
table,
I'm sorry,
right over the table, he said.
right above the table.
Yeah, it's on that very last page, that paragraph above the table.
I had. Can I ask a question about it? Can I ask a
don't see
question?
the word escalator.
Three.
Oh, on I apologize. I apologize. It's the other one that shows the escalator, but it shows no payments for the first 3 years. That's where it's showing it.
Yeah, that was my question. We have 3 different schedules. Or 2 different schedules. The village schedule seems to be different than the town and the school. From what we were sent. Is that the way it is?
No, all the schedules should be the same. This is updated from the previous one. There's 2 tables on each schedule. The first shows the pilot payments.
Maybe I missed a table then. Wait a minute.
I can go in and get the other 2.
No.
Actually, maybe Mayor Dalton, you could speak to that. Is your
Well, where are they?
your copy match our copy?
Casino group, here we go.
I just looked at the copies for us. And our discussions, they met all of our concerns at our meeting. And the arrangement, the referent,
What?
I'm sorry, I'm hearing something else.
I think what you're referring to, what Randy's referring to is we have all the copies, and the one for the town and the one for the school district are the same. But the one that we have that shows the village pilot agreement, it's the original figures. But I assume that
Yeah,
they're all the same. The
the
schedule.
resolution should all read the same.
Yep.
They increased the payments for year 1, 2, and 3.
Correct.
On the escalator, if they meet certain conditions, it really wouldn't apply to 1, 2, and 3 because, that's during the construction period anyways. And, it's keyed off of income that they would receive, if I remember that correctly.
If I could read it, the exact words of Pat Kelly, I think that may be helpful. The page that I had talked to him about, he says the page you're referencing with that 492,000 figure lists the bonus thresholds for additional payments if their shelter rent figures are higher than the projected figures on that page. So for example, if the shelter rent is higher than 492,000 in year 4, an additional payment of 20% of that excess figure will be made in addition to the base pilot payment.
Mary Ann, the way the pilot is laid out in the Schedule A makes it so that the county, village, and town and the school district all get the pilot payment, yeah. And then the final schedule that was attached talks about, like as Patrick said, that additional payment based on the rental amounts that year.
Okay.
So that piece was added, and it's very similar to what they had done in Potsdam.
And from what I see, and from what I've read, it's not only a $20,000 increase for the year 1, 2, and 3, but there's an additional about a $4,000 increase for every subsequent year after that. Additional.
Okay,
Yes.
what I'm seeing on my copy is the village one. It only has one schedule on it.
I think that's a mistake.
That's.
They should all be the same.
they all
Okay,
should be-
yeah,
they're
okay.
All the same.
Yeah, the village one didn't have the first schedule. It only had the escalator schedule.
Maybe something got missed in there. I'll go back and look because I saw it on my copy,
Okay.
but they should all read the same. And
Okay.
But
you
we're
know,
not,
from the village perspective, we're pleased with where we ended up.
we're not voting on it.
I
We're
know.
voting on it though.
I was just curious why it wasn't there.
Oh, that's a good catch because, you know, it's important that we have all these eyes on them. Okay, so town board, are we satisfied and ready to take a vote on this? Are there any other questions? We do have, Rick from, the Zeno Group here. Now would be the time. Are there any comments regarding this?
I assume that the village is on board with this and,
Yep, Mike
And,
said he was happy with it, so.
and it's not gonna take effect until the village and the school district approve it also, so I'm ready to move ahead and vote on it.
Okay, and my only comment is this has been 25 years in the making, getting this property developed in the village. It's long overdue. And time to move forward. So is there a motion to approve this pilot consent resolution for the Vecino Group for the Canton Midtown Plaza project?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion or questions? With that said, all in favor, say aye.
I,
Carried. Okay,
Thank you. We'll take this up at the village board meeting next week.
okay, and I believe the school district is meeting the night after your meeting, so, Lee, you reached out to them and everything's in order. Okay, very good. Okay. Well, Anna and Mike, you're more than welcome to stay for the rest of the meeting. You too, Rick.
Dinner may be almost ready, so we'll see.
Thank you for coming and have a good night if you don't want to stay.
Hey, thank you all. Appreciate it.
Okay, sit here. Okay, the next item is the Barton and LaJudas Amendment number 2 for professional services for commercial scale solar review services. The inspections were done, they billed us, but there was a quagmire in the way they billed us. And, you know, the language was not proper in the billing. They went with what was in amendment number 1, and so that needed to be changed. You know, we won't be collecting $2,500 a year for the inspections. We've already collected 15,000 on many of the solar projects. So they've already done the inspections. I don't think there's anything major, but we have to pay Barton and LaJudas out of those individual escrows of 15,000 of the solar projects that have been inspected. So in order to do that, Barton and LaJudas felt we needed to pass this amendment number 2 that shows the actual language of the way they're gonna build this. Because we already have the $15,000 in escrow for each project. So I am making a motion to approve this amendment number 2 for Barton and LaJudas. Is there a second?
second.
Any questions, comments? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Oh, did you guys say aye? Okay, thank you. Carried. Okay, the local waterfront revitalization plan grant contract. We, thank you to the Waterfront Advisory Committee for all the work they did on this. We did get a letter from Tom, Langen. He was the chair of this. And, they are making a recommendation to, approve the award of the contract to Barton and LaJudas. Lee, do you want to add anything onto this?
I don't think so.
It's, the process was, there's a lot of integrity in the process. Wayne, you were part of it as our representative, and there are 4 proposals. So the committee is recommending Barton and LaJudas. So because the contract is, the funding portion is through us, the contract will need to be signed by the village, but all the funding goes through our structure. So I need a motion to accept this recommendation to award the contract to Barton and LaJudas for the LWRP.
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any other questions, comments? All in favor, say aye. Aye, carried. Okay, new business. In light of Eric's comments, we should probably table the firefighter emergency service member property tax exemption law. We don't have to?
It's just gonna be interpretation
Yeah.
of what the
Yeah.
statute requires.
Yeah,
I think that's something that we can sort out.
I don't think we're gonna turn it down
No.
if 2 of them in the household are gonna get the benefit. I think so. That's the only question. Probably
So should that be spelled out in the actual law, though, that it's per firefighter? Because we do have.
Yeah, I think there's some ambiguity in the statute that authorizes, really what you're doing, Marion, is you're adopting the at a local level, what the state statute authorizes. This isn't something that we have a separate power to do. Right? So, you know, the clarification is gonna need to come from Department of Taxation and Finance. I think it's just an inquiry letter to them, get their opinion on it, we'll be good to go. I wouldn't hold up to the local statute. It's really an interpretation of what the state statute being authorized to apply to the town of Canton allows. That makes sense. Unless you're concerned about it, unless you don't want to allow two members from the same family, like if you want to put a limit on that.
Well, say a husband and wife, you know, they're both firefighters, they own the property together, is my view, that they each should get it separately. And not just because of one property.
Did
That's
you
just-
say we couldn't go above it? We could lower it, but not go above it. So it's up to,
That's
strictly up to the state interpretation.
of the law.
Yeah, it's
Strictly
the
up
way
to
the
state
state
interpretation,
statute
yeah.
being interpreted. And again, I couldn't find any specific guidance, right? So, you know, I have a electronic database called Westlaw that's all the statutes in the state and then all the cases that relate to that statute that you look for how courts have interpreted. There's just nothing there, right? So we're gonna have to ask for an opinion from the Department of Taxation and Finance, see if they, you know, I couldn't see where they'd issued any opinion letters on it, but it's something we could ask them. But it isn't gonna, like, the language of what we do isn't gonna change either way, right? Unless you guys wanna limit it to just one per household.
And this it runs out at the end of December, right? Like,
The prior statute that allowed this, runs out in November, December, I can't remember which. But the municipalities have until March 1st to adopt another one because the taxable status date, right, isn't changing until March 1st.
okay.
Anyhow, I don't think, again, unless you want to limit the number of exemptions, the statute, the local law, the way it's drafted doesn't prohibit that. And you would just follow the guidance that's given by the Department of Taxation and Finance in any event. So
Okay, so what does the board wanna do?
I wanna move ahead and adopt it tonight.
Because, I mean, because it sounds like if the state's gonna allow to, we want to.
Yeah.
And if they don't allow to, well, our hands are tied anyway. So what's the sense of holding it up?
Yeah.
Alright, is there a motion to pass this law?
So move. Second.
Okay, any further discussion or questions? All in favor, say aye.
All right.
Carried. Okay. All right, 2026 budget discussion.
One more thing on that,
Oh.
if you don't mind. And just so that you're all clear, the statute itself doesn't say. Why would it be clear? Yeah. So. Anyhow, I thought that was worth mentioning. The statute itself does not say.
Well, it's my position, for me,
Mud in
for
my stew today.
firefighter should get it. Per person, okay. All right, 2026 budget discussion. I ask you every year before we get into it. Any thoughts on that? I will tell you, I am worried. I'm worried about sales tax decreasing. I think it's gonna be a tough budget to propose. We're in contract negotiations. So I'm a little worried, but last year we did override the 2% tax cap. We did go over it. We've been informed by the comptroller's office that they're at 2% this, for next year. So thoughts on the budget?
You want me to get the tape, you want me to get, maybe Heidi can pull out the tape of this meeting from a year ago. And I believe you're gonna hear that it's gonna be a tough budget. That's, I mean, it's a given. It is a given.
But
wouldn't-
with all due respect, Jim,
Hmm.
what's going on at the federal level, I think, with the decrease in Canadian visitors and sales tax, I think, we have to be cognizant of all that. And, I do believe I sent you some, tax increase number, as far as evaluation and, yeah, so, any other thoughts?
You did send an email with regard, what,
The current tax rate, and then
oh, you did send one that showed,
I believe I asked Christie to send that, so.
did you see it?
I don't remember seeing it.
I think I would have
All right.
remembered seeing that.
Okay, so I'll make sure that
Yeah,
we send it
Something
again.
like that would have.
Okay, okay,
That, I picked up on that,
okay,
but it may, and I said it may be here, but I don't think so.
okay. Okay. Any other thoughts on the budget?
We want our 12-year-old budget binders brought back in.
I'm giving you new budgets for next. My going away gift.
How can we afford them?
Oh, no, I got them at thrift shops. Okay.
What's that?
Got a lot of stuff for thrift shops to support my office. Okay. What?
For exceeding that tax cap,
What's that?
the local law for exceeding the tax cap, are you gonna adopt it? Because we should start thinking about that
We-
sooner rather than.
Yeah.
That was gonna be on
I think
my
we need,
next month's
yeah, I
agenda.
think we normally do in September.
Yeah. So, yeah,
Maybe set the public hearing.
We're gonna have a public hearing for that.
you wanna set the public hearing for September?
May as well.
Thinking about.
May as well. I mean,
Get it
it's,
done.
Okay, I need a motion to set the public hearing for the September meeting to override the tax cap.
Our normal, so.
Right before the regular meeting,
it's the 9th.
As part of the regular, well,
right before the regular meeting.
yeah,
10,
The 10th.
number 10.
555.
5:55. Is there a motion?
5:59, 5:54.
Is there a motion?
So,
Wayne, I'll second it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, okay. Just change the year. We'll get that out. Okay, the next item, Board of Assessment Review Bar appointments. Lance Rudiger. We are tabling that because we discovered there's a little bit of a hiccup with the years of when he was appointed. We had some turnaround there and people had to fulfill the rest of somebody's term. So we gotta look at that again. I do need a motion, do need a motion for Chris Marquardt, to be, finish out the term of Maureen Famier from today's date until 9/30/28. So these are 5-year terms, but if there's an open seat, they have to finish out the term of whoever was sitting there. Maureen was appointed for a second term and then she resigned. So we have to fulfill that, and we have to stagger the terms as well. So, is there a motion to appoint Chris Marquardt
What's the time? You said as of today?
effective today
Okay.
until, he's ready to get going.
That was corrected today. Those dates, we corrected them prior to the meeting. You
Oh.
didn't get an updated.
Oh, okay,
That's what
okay.
you're looking at.
That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, okay.
Motion that we appoint Chris Marquardt to the bar. Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion?
This is right.
Discussion
Well, I
or
think we're-
question?
We're talking about bar appointments and you're talking about staggering and now you're having problems
Yeah,
with speaking.
anyways. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, carried. Okay, thank you. All right, the next item is we were notified by the New York State Department of Taxation and Finance Office of Real Property. We need to sign an MOU on the revaluation. It is a standard operating procedure, so they tell me. It was done in 2008. I do have a copy of that one. It's just a matter of filling out paperwork and having meetings with them, and letting them know what we're doing. So Cindy and I need to sign this MOU. So I'm making a motion that we approve this MOU and it get processed. Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions or concerns? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, the thing is, when they did the reval in 2008, I think they got $5 a parcel back. I don't think it's that high now. But I don't know for sure it might be $2. Okay, the employee travel reimbursement policy, you have a copy of that. Wayne and I worked on that. There still are, there's some questions about it. So I would like to table this until next month with the caveat that the board approves that employees, will get reimbursed for taxes on meals. That's where this precipitated from. I called the comptroller's office. Technically, we're not supposed to be reimbursing for taxes on meals. But they said it's not practical for everybody to bring a tax exempt form for all the meals. So that's how we never had a travel policy. So now it's time to get one. He said, you really should have a policy now outlining it, but, paying taxes on meals. So I'd like to table this, but can I get the board to, agree that it's okay that we reimburse for taxes on meals right now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anybody have a problem with that?
No.
Okay, so we'll table that. Great. I'll let employees know. Okay, our historian. There's 3 computers down there. 2 need to be decommissioned. They're no longer in use. And we really need to get a second computer in there, for the public to be able to use and not use the historian's, computer. So we do have contingency money, available, and, I spoke with Casey, and a laptop would be great. The public comes in there, but they can't sit at his desk and do research. This will assist the historians department, with this process. So again, the village pays a third of the cost. So a laptop's about $1,500. So I'm looking,
Third.
we get them through ABS.
Historian. Third towards the historian.
Yeah, so the village, we would bill them a third of the cost. So I need a motion to approve this expenditure and take it out of the contingency budget.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Carry.
Right.
Okay. The next item is we need to approve, HEO Bryant, there should be a T there, Durham's payout due to his resignation. The total amount to pay out is $1,919.61. This is, the accumulation of his comp time, vacation time, and personal leave. So I needed a motion to make that payout. And this is our.
So moved.
For a second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Carried. Okay. So the next items, we have highway appointments. There's a total of 4. Stephen has appointed, Mike Shaw from HEO to foreman, effective on 7/20.
That would be mechanic.
And
Mechanic performance.
Lehman, the next one is, Lehman Anson has been appointed, from HEO to mechanic. Okay, effective 7/20. So we've already started that as far as payroll. Stephen, I just need you to sign these. I'll catch up with you, okay? So this is just to acknowledge it, okay? The next item, number 10, is to acknowledge, 2 appointments to, MEO. Stephen and the committee, they went through the entire process, and the, first person's name is Gavin Thompson. So he'll start at an MEO, pay scale of $28.32. And the next person is Lance Rude at the same pay rate. And that will be effective on 7/25. Okay, so we'll onboard them. We have someone coming in on Friday and again on Monday. We'll get all that paperwork in order so that they can start.
8:25?
8:25.
8:25 you need?
25th. I'm sorry?
8:25?
Yes.
Okay.
Did I say 7?
Yeah.
See, yeah. Stephen, did you want to add anything to those?
No, want to thank John for coming in, setting in with the interviews. And we had some very good applicants this time, and kind of thankful that we got, you know, it was a hard decision to make. So kind of glad in a way that we have people like that coming in to be able to choose from.
How many applicants did you get? Is it 8 or 9?
At least, yeah.
Hmm?
I want to say 11.
11.
Total.
Oh, 11.
I mean, one person was from like 4 hours away, so that was a bit of a commute on an icy morning, so.
All right, so that's number 10. All right, well, thank you, everybody, for doing all that work. Okay, the number 11, we need to table that because we do not have a final version of the consent resolution for the Grassy Grove pilot agreement. So that needs to be tabled. All right, the next item, number 12, CDBG grant secret review and the NEPA or NEPA, however you say it, review. So there are 2 resolutions that we need to pass. This is for the Church Creek project. You have copies of the resolutions. Thank you to Lee and Eric for working on these. Is there anything that Lee or Eric you need to say about this? It is a standard operating procedure, yes, but this is due to it's to contract
Yeah,
for a
this-
study.
It's just documenting by resolution, which should be kind of obvious, and that's that a basic study doesn't have an environmental impact, right? When you go to do the project, they'll do the full environmental review, but to do the study, there's no, it's considered a type 2 action or an action that doesn't need an environmental review, so that's all.
And this is a requirement of the grant.
Yes, and the process has changed a little and it's usually something you can provide after you've applied and received funding, but now their process for CDBG is to do it as part of the application process. So we're doing it upfront.
Okay. So is there a motion to pass these two resolutions?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion or questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, it's carried. And Lee, I'll sign those tomorrow. Okay? All right. We're getting there. The next item is it's a new item on the agenda. I got late this afternoon, repair paving on Sykes Road and Old DeKalb Road, not to exceed $45,000 each. I understand, there was discussion with the highway committee. Is there any comment on that?
Nope, I've heard more than one comment about the places that he's preparing to fix on the Old DeKalb Road, that they're really bad. And then when I come in tonight, I drove the one on, Sykes Road, and it'll be an extension of repairs that we've made over the last couple of years, in that area, and the repairs that we've made over the last couple of years have held up extremely well. And so this will pick up where we left off, and that'll take us right through to Stiles, which got done last year, and so it's yeah. Yep. And when we went through his requests at the start of the year for road jobs, I mean, we had it in our minds that, and he had asked, you know, if there was additional monies left over for him to be able to go out with his crew and fire up our Model T paver, and
Christine.
Christine.
After the speeding thing.
And so
My only question when he called me was, I had no problem with it as long as the money's there to do it.
Yeah.
And he said the money's there to do it, so.
Not asking for anything additional, you know,
it was
money that's still
It was all.
left
it was-
in that budget. line.
It was all within that originally approved dollar amount for.
Well,
Cause I was only concerned, cause I signed that $910,000 bill this afternoon.
Well,
I just wanted to make sure, because I know you still gotta do
all the edging has to
all
be
your
done,
edging
so
and stuff, but I didn't know how much more of that was gonna be.
Correct.
So I didn't know how much you had in there, if you had enough to do this.
we may not get all of this done by the time we get our edging, but this gets us to where we don't have to wait another month and get us into fall trying to do this.
Do you have any idea how much your edging's gonna be?
At this point, no, we just started doing the first road this week.
Okay, and when Stephen called me this afternoon, I kind of had the same questions, you know, we're not totally done with what was originally approved because of the edging and how much that would cost, and he didn't have any figures at that time as well, so, you know, we are down in sales tax for the third quarter. We still need, if you look at the budget, we did get our sales tax, but we have a balance of, I think, 336,000 to fulfill that budget item, so I just wanted to, you know, put that on the table for the board, so, is there a motion to approve this?
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
Yeah, I'll second it.
Any further questions or comments?
The only other comment is, I mean, this is in DB, this is road construction, and the one place that we have money is DB. That's our, you know, that's our biggest fund balance, and so, and that's probably our biggest issue for a town outside is condition of the road. Anything we can do to, you know, just to make for a smoother ride for people is appreciated.
I know. I'm just hoping we meet that budget projection for the fourth quarter, Jim, so that we can fulfill that, so. All right, we have a motion, we have a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye, carried. Okay, next item on the agenda is public comment. This is the time for us to listen. Is there any public comment at this time?
Say
Okay,
one more thing.
Oh.
I had it on, my monthly report about St. Lawrence County Highway Department. What they do for us with their paving, and just wanna make it well known that what they do for us is above and beyond. They do a great job, and for what they charge the towns doing it, it's,
kudos to
yeah.
them.
Just wanted the board to be
Yeah.
aware of that.
Okay, any other public comment? With that being said, we need a motion to go into executive session. Angela Gray has been invited in for the following matters. Matters pertaining to the financial history of a past particular person, matters leading to the appointment of a particular person, discussion of pending litigation, and CSEA contract negotiation. I make a motion that we go into executive session. Is there a second?
So moved.
So seconded.
So seconded, yes.
See, I'm not the only one.
You're tired already.
Yeah. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, carried. Okay.